Good evening,
San
San
Antonio.
Antonio. This is Don't Trip on Our Mushroom, the Halloween extravaganza. I am your hostess, Harley Quinn.
I'm Deke Rivers.
Okay, whatever. She's having an identity crisis at the moment. She doesn't know who she is. But hold on, we got somebody else here too. Say hello. Hello. And welcome. We are so pumped and excited to be broadcasting for Halloween. We got scary stories and stories that should just make you cringe with fear. So, I'm gonna let Deke River start. So, Deke, are you ready?
Yes, I heard a funny story a little while back from Miss Graveyard Girl, Bunny Myers. And I'm going to tell it today for all you fans. Hang on a minute. We interrupt these broadcasts because I want to say, put the game on! Okay, I'm good. Anyway, the story goes, one time there was this little girl who had a green string around her neck. Everybody always asked her, what's the green string around your neck for? So nobody knew. She grew up, she got married, she had kids, and everyone would always ask her, why do you have the green string around your neck? So finally, one day when she was on her deathbed, her husband turned to her and said, please, tell me why you have the green string around your neck. And she said, okay. She goes, take it off from around my neck and I'll tell you. He took it off, her head fell off.
Oh, it's freaking creepy. Okay, do you have any other scary stories?
You go now, Harley.
Okay, well, since we're in
and then after her, I'll do the one.
Audio.
And then shortly after this, I will do the story of the Hesslinging Slasher.
By the way, the Spurs game is on right now. Hey, Kawhi Leonard superstar. Anyways, okay, so since we live in San Antonio, I think that I should talk about the tracks. Because oh my God, you do not live in San Antonio without knowing about the ghost tracks.
Ooh.
Now, supposedly or allegedly, this is how the story goes.
What happened was?
What happened was, apparently this school bus that was driving all these little children back from school or whatever got stalled on the train track.
Hold on a minute. Whoa, hold up. Are you going to do the accent? It's children.
Children. Okay, so this bus that was driving these children back to the school or wherever it is that they came from, because I don't know where children of the 1920s and 30s came from, because I'm like 80s and 90s kid, so I don't know anything about that. But anyways, so they apparently were stuck on the train tracks, and then the train hit them. And they supposedly say that if you drive on these tracks, that the ghost children push your car, and they leave handprints on the car. If you put powder on your car, but I don't understand why you would be. Why would you have powder in your car anyways? Especially if your children are grown. Be like, man, my kid is like 7 or 8. What do he don't wear no more Pampers.
No, but you still get chafing.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Anyways, now tell us about.
Sports that you need powder with.
Huh?
Sports.
Yeah, but wait, how do I know that this isn't the average Joe or Sally six-pack? They're driving this
Here we
car
go.
down the tracks. I'm just saying, if you're looking for hot water, don't be surprised when you get burned, okay? I'm just
Well
saying.
said, Harley. Well said.
Just be like, Okay, tell us about the Hesslinging Slasher.
Well, one time, a long time ago, I think it was right here in San Antonio, I believe. There was a guy who worked at a fast food restaurant. No names mentioned. No names of the fast food restaurant mentioned, but I think it was McDonald's.
Welcome to Good Burger.
I think it was
Home of
McDonald's.
Good Burger.
Just saying. And he was working, making the hamburger patties. Or like Scooby-Doo would say, hamburger patties. Anyway, he was making the hamburger patties. So while he was cutting the patties, he cut his own hand off. And he replaced it with a spatula.
Oh my goodness.
Now, it's been said that the hash-slinging slasher still haunts the McDonald's. I won't say which one. And I heard that you'll know when he's there because you'll hear tapping on the walls twice. The lights will flicker on and off 3 times. And then you'll hear him, or you'll see him rather, standing at the same corner of this bus stop that he waited at for 12 years.
Oh. Hey, did I see that on SpongeBob?
Where do you think I got it from?
Oh, man, that's so sad. Hold on, let me see what Buddy has to say. Buddy, what scary story do you want to tell?
Slenderman is a... I don't know.
I thought you were going to tell us about Slenderman.
What's happened? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Buddy's pretending that
Yeah, how
he
quick he
doesn't know.
gets quiet. The microphone's turned on, he gets quiet.
Yeah, he gets turned on. Okay, so now that is over with the scary stories and stuff.
However, let me just jump in really quick before you go any further, Harley, and just say I finished off my Batman Arkham Asylum game. It was epic.
I know, because I'm epic. Okay? Okay, Jenny's going to say something.
Just a minute, folks.
Hold on.
Hi.
Ow.
Hi, everyone.
Ow.
I'm going to tell you the story about this lady called Resurrection Mary. They say that it's not true, but it is true. She's from Chicago. And they said that at nighttime she comes out and you can see her. She's all dressed in white. And she comes out and she goes like to clubs at night, like on Halloween. And she goes and asks people to give her a ride. And then when they give her a ride, they tell her to go by the cemetery. And then she disappears.
Scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the Mike Nesmith song St. Matthew.
Mike Nesmith from the Monkees, he wrote that song St. Matthew.
I'll play you a clip in a minute. Because I have... Okay, so now that she's done, and she's passing the mic on to Deke in a minute so I can get his thoughts and input.
Can I interrupt you? I want to talk about what they said on The View and stuff. And
Can we talk about that
Okay,
later? Because I got
alright.
other stuff to say right now.
Here.
Okay. Now that that's out of the
Back
way.
to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay. So let's get into some shit because I felt
Here
like
we
I
go.
need to get some shit sorted out. What the hell is up with Mama June, Honey Boo Boo's mom? I don't even watch Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. But let me just say, there goes Honey Boo Boo. What the hell? Her mom done be with this goddamn child molester, not believing her daughter, that her oldest daughter was raped by this man. Who the hell do you think you are? Like, I am sorry. How do you not believe your child, your own flesh and blood? I am sorry. I don't have a racist bone in my body, but god damn, this made me so mad. Like, really? Really? I mean, what do you have to do? And then she denied it. What makes me mad is she denied it. She denied it all day, every day. Every day, she freaking denied it. And then her daughter was on ET saying that, oh, it was true, or whatever. And then now Mama June releases a statement, oh, it was true, but she didn't know. What
Bull's
the
breath.
fuck?
That'd be like another dead white bitch showing up at OJ's house. No offense to all you white girls.
No. I was like, I don't want to hear it because you did know, and you're still taking up with him, and that's some fucking trailer trash shit or whatever. I can't get down with that, and I hope you rot in hell. I do. I'm just saying. I can't. I just can't.
Well, I agree with you, Harley. I really, truly agree with you.
I mean, I'm like, I don't even know what to say about it because I'm so frustrated. I'm like, really? I don't give a shit how ugly or how much you think you need a frickin' man or whatever, but if that's what you want, then you make your own damn bed and lie in it because TLC just pulled the plug on your show and now you don't have any money and that's on you. So
Like they ever had money.
Well, apparently TLC made them some money because they were talking about it when they were on Wendy. Okay, I'm done. I'm off of that. Now let's talk about 19 Kids and Counting again and that
Here we
tacky
go.
wedding because I need to get out because this made me freaking mad.
If you're gonna do me that way, then I'm out.
I mean, okay, so they were just showing the episodes where the daughter got married, right?
Again, didn't she get married like fucking 3 weeks ago? Why the hell are they still showing
she
this
got
shit?
married back in May. And they barely showed the wedding
Get
episode
off.
this past Tuesday, okay? Are you listening? Are you listening to me?
We're listening.
Okay, so, look at this. Sorry, this is funny. Okay, so they barely just showed the Christmas episode, not the wedding episode. And, in the episode, she had her sisters be bridesmaids, and then she had her stupid sister-in-law be one of the bridesmaids, and whatever. Okay, I'm not knocking that. But then, also, I felt like I should mention, in case you don't already know, that Jill Duggar, whose wedding it was, also has a female cousin, her only cousin on the side of her father, Jim Bob, and her cousin's name is Amy. And Amy was not a part of this wedding party. Like, you would think, oh, yeah, you can have your sisters and your sister-in-law, and you have to have your cousin, too. Like, what the hell? What kind of shit was that? Oh, and let's talk about the ugly-ass bridesmaid dresses. Horrible. And the tacky freaking food. I mean, root beer floats and cake? Really? You couldn't have a plate at dinner? And don't you dare. I don't give a crap about that. Buy you save the difference. This is your wedding. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. You mean to tell me you couldn't spend a little bit of money? Okay, yeah, sure, you do everything by yourself or whatever. You get dollar store decorations and Party City decorations or whatever, fine. But then, all that money that you saved, you put that into a plated frickin' dinner. I'm just saying, okay? Or somebody bring, or everybody, or every family bring some of their own, okay? I mean, I don't care if there's 1,000 people there. If they donated, if they got the ice cream and the sodas and the cake donated, they could have gotten the food donated too. I'm pretty sure people would have had pity on them because they act like they don't have money when I know TLC done be paying them bills and gives them frickin' money. I'm just saying, I know how much money they make because they've said it on TV. So I don't even want to hear about it. I just cannot wait till one of these girls goes fucking ape shit, starts cussing and wearing pants and cutting their hair short. And it's like, oh, look, Dad, look who I brought home with me. It's Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. We just got married and I'm 6 minutes pregnant with his child. Be like, yes, her parents would drop dead in a frickin' minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry about that. I had to go on this rant. I'm so frickin' loud. Deke?
Well, I'm going to address something that our mom was going to address about Halloween. And that's something called the teal pumpkin. What the hell kind of bullshit's that? Did you hear this shit, Harley? That they claim now that if you don't want your kid to get candy for Halloween, that they'll leave a teal pumpkin out with just toys. Okay? Or they said that if you take your kid out trick-or-treating and you don't want the kid to have the candy, you can trade the candy for a toy. What kind of fucked up white shit is that?
Well, I don't understand that. Because I'm like, look, think about this. Okay, October 31st is Halloween. They want to go trick-or-treating or whatever, that's fine. Let them go out trick-or-treating and do what they gotta do or whatever. But I think to leave them the teal pumpkin for toys, I don't like that. Because Christmas is right around the corner and they're going to get stuff anyway.
Exactly my point. And then another thing that I'm going to say.
Like, oh, okay, and another thing. I'm like, I'm sorry, call me, yeah, I don't like Halloween or whatever, but I can still get into the spirit and wear a costume. By the way, my costume right now is freaking fabulous. I am Tracy Turnblad wearing the roach dress, okay? I mean, maybe not physically, but I am wearing it. It's fabulous. Okay, what else?
Well, that's pretty much all I was going to say after that craziness.
Okay,
Harley Quinn.
well, good, because I'm going to go back and rant and rave on 19
However,
Kids and
I
Counting.
am going to freaking agree with you on 19 Kids and Counting. All I'm going to say about that is, you know, you all freaking people is crazy. Go ahead,
Okay,
Harley.
no, okay, and another thing. This is what I do not life of me. I was raised Catholic. Deke was raised Catholic. My mom was raised Catholic. My dad's Catholic. He likes the church. He goes to church all the time. Whatever. Okay. We were brought up that we could celebrate Halloween and Christmas or whatever, and they never took it away from us or tried to influence us in that or whatever. My thing is now some parents are like, oh, my kids don't celebrate Halloween, or oh, my kids don't read Harry Potter, or they don't do this, they don't do that because it's the devil, and we're so.
But yeah, okay, let me jump in here, Harley.
We're so Catholic. Go ahead.
But let me jump in here, Harley. Yeah, but these are the same groups of motherfuckers, and I should say at least the motherfuckers that bought their kids the Bible toys.
Okay, we're gonna get into that in a second because I need to finish this. I am sorry. How dare you take away your children's right to an imagination and to dream? I'm sorry, but I think children need to know that there are good and bad things in the world. And just because you want them to read the Bible and the book or whatever, I get that. You can have your testimonials and your devotionals or whatever you want to call it. That's fine. Okay? But just because you think that by filtering out Harry Potter or these books about magic and imagination and different places or whatever, if you think that's going to shape your child's life, I got news for you. The Bible is the evilest book that you could ever read to your child. I think it talked about Lucifer, spare the rod,
and also
spoil the
I'm
child.
gonna say, has anybody out there seen the Bible movies? Forgive me, all you gay people, for what I'm gonna say. Pharaoh was a faggot. He wore a freaking dress. I'm just saying.
Jesus wore a dress. He wore makeup. I'm just saying. We've seen the movies. We read the books. 12 people followed Jesus around like he was freaking the drummer from Foghat. I'm just saying. So before you want to preach to the choir,
and Mary Magdalene was a hoe.
Exactly. So before you want to be saying that you don't let your kids read these books or do these things, and you take away their imagination, know that the Bible is also an evil book, and go ahead and slam me or whatever, because not an evil book. Okay, wait. It's not an evil book, but there's evil in the book, the same as Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings or whatever. It's just whatever you want to. It's whatever you want to call it.
And interpreted as.
And if
me,
you
buddy.
actually sat down and read the books, you would find out that it's still a kid's story and it's a
And by
children's
the
story.
way, aren't books supposed to be made to broaden the child's horizon? That's always how I was taught. So why are you denying your kids the right to broaden their imagination in the first place?
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I never have. I never will. I don't want it. We know a family. There's a nice family. They're my son's godparents that don't let their kids watch Harry Potter. Fine, I get it. And I don't argue with them because, it's not my place to argue with them. And I actually kind of like them. But I think it's wrong. To me, it doesn't bother me, and I don't care. And I think that kids need to know that there is good and evil in the world. And they have to learn how to combat it. You can't sugarcoat everything for them. That's just what I think. I'm just saying.
I agree with you, Harley. Hang on, here's Jenny Lee again.
Well, it's true that like in the Bible wasn't Jesus or God a sorcerer?
Well, technically,
Yeah, in a way, because he made bread.
he turned
and
the water
fish.
into wine.
Yeah.
At Cana, at the wedding at Cana.
Right.
And then he healed. He brought Lazarus back from the dead.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then he cured the blind man.
Yeah, he made a blind person see. Yes.
All right.
Okay, and I want to add to what you said. What's wrong with letting a child have an imagination? That's what children are. They're the future, and they're supposed to be brought up with imagination and curiosity and all that.
Yeah.
And they. So what, they want to watch Harry Potter? It's just a part of their imagination.
Exactly.
Just like you're gonna take that Pinocchio away, that he wasn't real. Pinocchio at the end turned into a real boy.
Yeah.
And that's part of the imagination too.
I know.
Okay, I'm done.
And then back to what we were talking about in 19 Kids and Counting. Again, I say that I understand how they have their beliefs or whatever, and that's fine. That works for them. If that's what gets them through the day. Look, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. You don't tell me how to live my life, and that's fine. You don't pay my bills. I don't pay your bills. Whatever, that's fine. But I'm just saying, we could hang, but don't expect for me to be on your same level, and don't. And another thing, this shit with your grown daughters. They are grown. They are over 18 years old. Why do they need to be chaperoned on dates? I'm just asking. Why? Because, I mean, to me, I think a natural part of...
Isn't that an invasion of privacy once they're over the age of 18?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, they need to learn how to make mistakes and how to do that. Not everything should be about, oh, I need to find a husband or a man or something, and I need to start a family or whatever. That's freaking cult stuff. I cannot get behind that or whatever, and that's...
But you watched the show. Hang on a second.
I watched the show because I'm doing research for this. Because if not, I would have nothing to be raving about.
I watched that Pioneer Woman. Okay, she has kids, and her kids are always out there helping their dad and stuff like that. Okay, my thing is they go to church, and each one makes potluck dinners. They cook.
Yeah.
They cook. They take them to church, and their church is real nice. Okay. I don't know if they got money. I don't care what money they got or whatever. But they live nice, and the church is real nice and stuff like that. And it's not like this tacky one from 19 and counting. I saw it. That's the tackiest wedding I've ever seen, and I've been to a lot of weddings. I even been to Puerto Rican weddings that all they served was just sandwiches. But that was just sandwiches. You know, at least it was food. Not like cake and root beer floats.
What?
I mean, each one... She had sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles. Each one could have bought a plate of food.
Exactly.
They could have bought noodles. They could have bought spaghetti. They could have bought, what's that one that we like? Macaroni and cheese. They could have bought salad.
I don't care if they
green bean salad.
I don't care if they made tater tot casserole like they always did in the other one. Because that's what they're known for, okay?
Yeah.
I don't care if they went down to the fucking KFC and brought a couple of buckets of chicken. At least it was real food because, you know, the bride was even saying that she didn't even get a root beer float or whatever. I was like, fuck you, move out that damn way. I'm getting the root beer float.
I mean, everyone should have pitched in to bring a plate of food, a pot of food, whatever. That would have been more nicer. Yeah, they had the table set nice, all right. But come on, who heard of just serving ice cream and root beer floats? You guys act like you're poor, and you're not poor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you guys are not poor. And the clothes that you wear, come on. I mean, man, come on.
Look, I'm not hating about how you dress or whatever. That again, that's all up to you. That's how you choose to live your life. But I'm also noticing the skirts and dresses are getting shorter and shorter. Don't think that we haven't been noticing.
And when they started the show, didn't they dress like they were in a freaking cult? I'm just saying.
They dressed like they were
Amish. Yeah.
They dressed like those Mormons.
Yeah, with the blue pants and the blue shirts. The fuck kind of dumb shit's that?
That's like those prairie girl dresses, and I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I think is wrong with the world right now. Well, we got 6 minutes left. What do you want to say?
I'm just listening to you. You can keep raving if you want.
I don't want to rave. Oh, okay. Let me rave about something you know I love. It's time for more Jack White. Okay, I'm the only one.
Wahoo.
Okay, I know. I'm looking at everybody's faces. I know that, like, oh God, again.
But let me just preempt this by saying, yeah, you'd have a hissy fit at me if I kept talking about wrestling.
I sat here and did this podcast with you while we watched wrestling, didn't I? Okay. By the way, anyways, Jack White was the Tin Man at his third man, whatever, Halloween party. I don't know. I just know that this morning I was eating breakfast at work, and my freaking Instagram blew up with the pictures of him as the Tin Man. I was like, I dropped my fork because I didn't want to drop the phone, because the last time I dropped the phone,
you foodbarred your phone.
And I was like, I'm not about to spend all this money on another phone again. I'm not. Even though it was $20, but still.
Me.
It happened in such slow motion that I didn't know what to do. So I literally dropped my fork. I was like, oh my God, this is epic. I love it. I want pictures. I want them all over my locker right now. Like,
Get
right
off.
now. Why can't my phone print these pictures?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Oh, okay. That was cute, Buddy Cash. By the way, Buddy Cash got a bunch of candy today that I bought him because we didn't go trick-or-treating. Because and it's getting cold outside. I just stepped in the house like a little while ago, and I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, Harley. Now that back to the subject of trick or treating and all that stuff. You want to tell them about last year when we took Buddy Cash out trick or treating, and all houses were decorated, but only a few were giving out candy?
Why do you decorate your house for Halloween and not pass out candy?
My point.
I mean, I don't
Get your foot off
understand.
me.
I don't understand. That's just like putting up a Christmas tree, but there's no presents underneath it. Okay? No. That's just like putting up the Christmas tree and then telling everyone you're not getting any presents. Like, who does that?
That'd be like me getting on my computer right now, getting on my camera and being like, oh, I'm a magician. I pull the fur off a rabbit, and I'm like, close enough, fuckers.
I mean,
Which I wouldn't, because I love animals. I'm just saying.
We went to houses that were all decorated for Halloween. Now, I don't know. Yeah, and then, like, I mean, I'm sorry. I thought the rules of Halloween was if the house was decorated and the lights were on, they were passing out candy. I mean, I don't get that shit. Why decorate for Halloween if you're not giving out candy? I can't. Like, stop. It needs to stop. I was like, I've only been in Chicago. I was only in Chicago for 2 weeks, and I got a Midwestern accent saying, stop. STHAP. Stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. We got 3 more minutes. Say something.
Something? I'm just
Something?
kidding.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just kidding.
Oh, why don't you tell them about the Infredo joke?
Okay, I'll give the microphone to Jenny Lee so she can tell you about the...
You tell him. You tell her how it came up. You tell everyone how it came up.
Okay, let me tell you how this came up. Everybody knows, on the talk, Sarah Gilbert is having a baby. By the way, congratulations to you, Sarah.
No, because my mom was watching all the shows because she wanted to see everyone's Halloween costumes. Yeah. I'm still wearing the roach dress, by the way.
Yeah, anyway, the subject came up about her having a baby. And my mom was trying to say Inverto, and it came out Infredo.
First up, you're both wrong. It's not Infredo, and it's not Inverto, because I don't know what the hell that is. It sounds like you guys are doing
excuse me.
some fucked up magic trick or something over there, like Infredo. No. It's in
However,
vitro,
you say it.
In vitro is for when women can't have babies. They got to go through all that crazy.
Okay, she went to the sperm bank, y'all.
Okay, and I explained to my mom how this happened. I said, does a turkey baster mean anything to you? And I swear to God, I heard crickets. And then my brother and then Deke covered my son's ears and was like, the sperm bank. Do you not understand the sperm bank?
Or do you not remember that episode of Melissa and Joey?
Because Jenny Lee said, how did she become pregnant? Because she's a lesbian. I'm like, oh, just
clearly she missed that episode of Melissa and Joey.
I guess her 2 children and her grandchildren are not in the room right now because I'm like,
I know how you do it. I'm not that stupid. I mean, I know you have sex. It's between a man and a woman, which is the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I know that. I understand that. Okay.
Okay. We gotta wrap things up because we're at a minute. So we need to we need to wrap this mother up. Deke?
Yes?
Say your goodbyes.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. It's been good talking to you again. Talk to you next week. Holla!
And remember, this episode was brought to you by fucking 19 Kids and Counting and that tacky-ass wedding. I am your hostess, Harley Quinn.
I'm Deke Rivers.
That's Deke Rivers. And that's our mom, Jenny Lee, and Buddy Cash is singing over here. And that was Don't Trip on Our Mushrooms, a Halloween extravaganza. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to Deke's channel because we're going to turn it up there even more. Later, maters.